to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about to Doug and Brent? Are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends. And Doug and Brent talking on the Browncast.
Welcome to our Poundcast, Brent. Here we are again. It's 4:13 p.m. Pacific time today. And look, the sun just blasts me.
Oh, you're just getting so blasted from the side. You got that side piece going on.
Blasted, dude. I would have I should take my shirt off. I mean, I just put it on.
I'm
surprised I got the winter hat. The winter hat, well, I just woke up from a nap.
Oh, do you feel very...
My hair was a little like...
You look good.
It looked good?
It looked good.
The hat just feels like it helps me keep my brain together.
Oh, is that right? It
You know,
it kind of
I can think better now. I got my brain all tight.
It concentrates your brain.
Yeah, sometimes you got to keep that brain tight.
Classic concentration.
Well, let's promote this video show we have coming up. If you're in the LA area, we're talking about September 25th at, what's it called, Brent?
Cine Lounge, I think.
Cine Lounge. This is in Hollywood. Our friend Mauricio from Rockin' Pins, he dreamt this up. You know what? I've been thinking about doing such a thing anyway. But this is a cool, I've done a screening of just videos of mine at film festivals, and it's fun to see it on the big screen. So we'll show some Pound House. We'll show some, maybe some 2 Crew videos. I got some other, we have a new video that we shot a few weeks ago that maybe we can just have the world premiere that night.
I wonder if it'd be ready by then, but
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
Skateboarding
it's called Skateboarding versus Baseball.
Yeah, we're just gonna show some different videos and things. The show is called, I don't know, Doug and
Well,
Brent.
we could work on this title right now. He was thinking Doug and Brent forever. But to me, that sounds kind of like we died, you know, like.
I mean, I don't think of it that way. I think it just sounds like our love lasts forever together because it's Doug plus Brent. You know what I mean? Like a heart. It's in a heart, maybe.
You know, I could be persuaded. What if it's called Doug and Brent, the Ultimate Pimples?
Well, I also thought maybe it could be Doug and Brent, Legends of the Past. You know, just
right. Well, I mean, that even sounds more like we're dead.
No, I know that's.
Then we're definitely dead.
I'm saying.
How about just like
that?
Yeah. What else did you say? Doug and Brent, R.I.P.
Yeah, I had thought of that before. Yeah, Doug and Brent are.
Well, maybe if we do one at the cemetery.
Or how about
do a show at that cemetery?
Doug and Brent, centuries old.
Yeah. So September 25th, if you're in LA, we'll see you there. And if you're not in LA, you should buy your tickets now. Your flight, fly out. If any pimples fly out just for that show,
you know you're getting on the guest list.
You know you're getting on the guest list. And I'll tell you what, I might even invite you to something else, you know? I don't even care anymore. I've been playing volleyball. I'll invite them to my volleyball, one of my volleyball games.
One of your volleyball tournaments.
Dude, I've been playing so many sports lately.
Real quick, what about that show though?
Yeah.
Why
you
getting
sorry. I'm just going.
I mean, I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Can we put a pin in that?
I
want to talk about that. You and your sports.
You know what? I was going to talk about balloons, but I don't want to put a pin in
that. I was going to talk about, you know, I've been doing some sewing and stuff lately.
Oh,
I do want to put a pin on that.
Oh, you do want to put a pin in that?
Yeah, I do. But
I've been putting up notes on my cork board, but you know, I'll put a pin in that.
I've been doing some laundry, and I do want to put a pin in that. Clothing pin. You know.
Right. Well, I've been going on Google Maps, saving different locations, and you know, I'll put a pin in that.
I want to.
I'll send you a pin on that.
Well, I actually want to write something down later. So let me put a pen on that.
Oh, real quick, I have to go to the ATM. I forgot my number.
Oh, oh yeah,
Let me put my pen on this paper here.
right.
This is pretty good. People are for the people listening for the first time. They're like, "What is this show?" You know what they're thinking? They're like, "I don't know about this, but I'm gonna keep listening. I'm intrigued. Where's
I
this
don't know
gonna
about. They're thinking I don't know about this, but I'm going to put a pin in it.
right.
So the show is outdoors, by the way. The screening, the video screening
Yeah.
show.
Cine
It's
Lounge
outdoors.
outdoor on the big screen. How fun's that going to be? Not even a drive-in.
And it's a Saturday night, by the way. So that's going to be kind of fun, you know.
Dude, what if they had a Fast and Furious drive-in where it's like a moving theater on the freeway and you have to drive and catch up to it, and keep pace
And
with
get
it.
into a car accident.
Well, no, that's the challenge. You don't crash.
Oh, you have to try to look at the screen and pay attention and absorb.
Yeah,
as
you're
much of the
just. I
movie
mean,
as-
okay, it's not Fast and Furious. It's a drive. It's a drive instead of a drive-in. It's a driving theater. See, first great idea of the day. Here we go.
What about a drive-through theater? And it's just you kind of go in and I don't know what happens. I guess
well, maybe they're like, "What would you like?" And you're like,
Fast and Furious 9.
I'll take an F9 and I'll take a Star Wars Return of the Jedi."
And then
they're like, pull up to the second screen, please. And then you go to that screen.
But I think that you only drive through, you only get to see basically a minute of the movie. And while it's playing.
What if they had drive-in theaters that were so lame where like it's single car, each car has its own little booth you pull into and they just, you know what I mean? It's just a garage. You just pull into a garage and somebody's like, "All right, pull in." Like a smog check garage, you get your smog check at night. Why don't they convert those into little drive-in theaters for one?
It could be a drive-in short film theater. So they only show short films there, and you drive into a little garage, and it's only one person. It's a private drive-in theaters, like you're saying.
Like, you know what? I got 45 minutes till my next appointment. I'm gonna go catch a short, and then you just drive in, watch a short in your car by yourself, and then you get to your appointment. It's 15 minutes.
And it's private too. It's all private.
It's all private.
People could really do a lot of private things in their car while they watch some movies in that way.
Are you talking about drive-in porn theater?
I was just going to say, that's how they should do adult theaters, is they should make them all drive-in. That way people are not getting semen all over the...
Yeah, then you're not in some theater. That's my problem. I go to these porn theaters a lot,
There's all semen all over this.
I'm sitting on these skanky chairs.
Yeah,
and
they're all sticky. They're all gross. There's some guy's got his penis out next to you. I mean, come on, let's get some privacy over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's for some people, that's part of the thrill.
Let's get some privacy for these guys here.
Yeah. This guy was looking at me, and I'm like, "You know what, sir? You deserve some privacy."
Well, he's over there. I know he's ashamed that he has to show me his penis.
Yeah. He's showing me. He's like, "Hey, look." He's like, "Huh." He's like, "Look at this." And I'm like, "Sir, I feel bad for you that you want me to see that."
Well, he says, he's looking at me saying, I'm so embarrassed that you have to see this right now. Can I get some privacy, please? Look, check this out. Look at this hard one I have.
Look at this hard one. This has never been harder.
I hate having to show this to you, man.
Not much harder than that.
So anyway,
but I used to go to these porn theaters. I wasn't over there touching myself or anything. I wasn't jacking it. I was a porn critic.
You were there for the articles.
I had to write the articles. I would go. I had to watch these movies, take my notes.
You were reviewing the films.
Yeah, but
the
good thing is I had this boner mounted little notepad, had like kind of a clamp, and then kind of like a little rod, and then this little platform. It was easy to take the notes. Usually, with your pedestrian films, you have to hold it up and you're looking, but this was hands-free. It wasn't really hands-free. It was one-handed. It wasn't two-handed.
It was one finger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one hand. Yeah. By the way, I was about going bowling later, but let's put a pin in that too.
Ooh, nice. Sitting on that one.
I wasn't sitting on it. I was thought about it while you were talking about the porn theater. I thought, oh wait a second, there's another pin thing here. Real quick, I do want to say this, that where can people find information for the show, the Cine Lounge thing?
Great question. There will be, just check our social media or, Google that.
Okay.
What if you Google Cine Lounge? Cine Lounge Hollywood right there.
Yeah, there's probably an event called Doug Pound Night.
Cine Lounge Sunset. There you go. It's all over the place.
We might. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was that we might do some live performance as well. Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah. We'll probably be up on stage talking about, there's this woman that wanted to get on stage with us, Brent, and her hair is kind of flying all over the place. I told her, put a pin in it.
Good
A
one.
hairpin, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And then like on the way there, I got to take this left off a fountain. It's like this hairpin turn.
Aha, very
I
good.
blew it. That's something.
That's great. That's great, man. That's great.
It's great. You're like, yeah, that's great.
No, it's great, and I love it. And anyway, yeah, we might do some jokes live, and anyway, so that's that. Now, the other thing to mention is that, well, I wanted to just say this. I mean, well, how have you been, Doug?
Well, I haven't been too bad. I've been playing a lot of sports.
Okay, pin on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, as for me, how am I doing?
Oh, how are you doing?
Well,
I've been meaning to ask you, how you doing, Brent?
Well, as for me, I've been. Thanks for asking. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. You know why?
Why?
Well, they've been doing some destruction in my neighborhood.
Construction?
No, destruction.
Destruction. That's different.
Yeah, they basically 2 houses over, they tore the house down. They destroyed. Well, they tore the house down. It was whoever owned the house, they sold it, and some people came in.
Sometimes you got to tear it down and build something better, some brand new condo.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like that's what's going to happen. But so they're doing some destruction in my neighborhood, or deconstruction. I think it's destruction, and they. So these destruction workers, they're out there every morning, at 8 in the morning. That's pretty early for me. And I'm trying to sleep. And I haven't been able to sleep very well because they're, doing all this destruction work. So finally, today, what I did was I kind of opened up my window. I said, guys, don't you have anything better to do out here than, just destroy homes, destruct homes? And they said, nah, that's what we're hired to do. We're just doing a job, No, we don't have anything better to do. No, nah. Why?
Wait,
you got any suggestions?
Who is that? John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever? Is he working?
Well, yeah, he's not professional yet because it's not Saturday Night Fever 2, he's not professional yet. He's not on Broadway yet, so he still has to have a day job,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he's doing that, but he's out there and he's saying, and he's speaking on behalf of all the destruction workers. No, we don't have anything better to do. What? You got any ideas? I said, well, now that you mention it, you know what I did? I ran into my pantry, and I looked in there. I was looking for something, and I said, wait a second. I had some bags of Louisville vegan jerky.
Of course you do. Like we all
And
do.
I grabbed them and I said, I put them out the window. I said, you guys ever hear of this? They said, what the heck is that? I said, well, here, see for yourself. And I threw it at them. they caught it and they started eating it, and they said, and you know what's crazy? They stopped doing any work, and they're still out there munching. They're taking sweet time. They're savoring every last bite. They said, you know what? This is better than destruction. And they didn't want to gobble it up that fast. They want to savor each bite. So they're still out there, and it has been quiet, and I have been sleeping like a baby. And I owe it all to Louisville Vegan Foods. So next time you're having trouble sleeping in the morning because people are doing destruction or construction, just go to your local Target or Whole Foods or whatever, and or better yet, go to LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and order yourself some Louisville vegan jerky. It is plant-based jerky. It's not.
That's right, Brent.
And
Did you tell these guys that if they want to support the Poundcast, or did you tell them that listeners of the Poundcast get 20% off?
You know what? They're out there listening to the Poundcast as we speak. They're listening to last week's episode.
Oh, good. So they know if you go to LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and you use the code word Poundcast, you'll get 20% off your entire order.
Well, they learned that after they found. Now they're big podcast fans, and of course they're using headphones because they don't want to make any noise in the neighborhood. And
yeah, so when they're jackhammering, they're listening to us talking about putting a pin in it.
A pin in it.
They're going like this. They're like, put a pin. They're like laughing, and the jackhammer goes off to this like, go, 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 go. Like, no. Don't jack
laughing
that.
like this. They're laughing like this. Anyway, this stuff is bagged in the United States. Everybody knows it. And it has a shelf life of 9 months, maybe more. And anyway, check it out, Louisville Vegan Foods, and they are sponsors of the Poundcast, and that's how we do it out
That's
here.
how we do it. And you know what? I'm on the website right now. I'm checking out some of their flavors. You know what's good? What's a good flavor, Brent? Buffalo dill.
Yeah.
Dang, that's good stuff. Well, look, you heard it here. You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here first. And if you want to check out video of the show, you can go to youtube.com/thepoundcast. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
And last but not least, if you want to really get deeper into the show, you get extended pin jokes. You want to hear us talk about putting pins in things even longer, go to patreon.com/poundcast, and you can just get a lot of extra bonus content there every week.
That's right. Support us. Subscribe to this show on Patreon, patreon.com/poundcast, as Brent said. And for so little, you get so much.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I mean, if you like what we do, it's definitely not bad.
If you like what we do, it's the deal of the century.
If you don't like
after we talk, we're gonna keep talking, and that's the bonus. At the end of the hour that we do, we're gonna be so warmed up, the juices are gonna be flowing. And then we're gonna go after dark, and that's only for Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com/poundcast.
And you get access to the after video too.
I'm gonna give one little quick plug.
Fine.
Because I don't promote my Patreon page too much. Patreon.com/DougPound. And that is really dirt cheap. It used to be kind of like, if you liked my stuff, you throw me $1 or $2 every month if you want. But I've been doing these tutorials, these editing tutorials on there. So I've been putting those up lately. If you want to watch me edit, it's kind of boring. But if you're interested in that, those have been going up lately. Now, here we go. Brent, now let's one-on-one.
Well, okay, we have a theme song, actually.
Oh, yeah.
This has all been a long intro, a very long.
But you know what?
Intro.
I don't even consider that the whole intro. I mean, the whole thing we just did, that's 100% entertainment.
Right.
Nothing
now,
is...
Well, should we even bother with the theme song right now, or should we use the theme song in the beginning, and now should we use the theme song up top, and then
let's use it up top? But who is it by? Let's just give them a quick shout out.
Let's give them a mention and everything. So it is by Zach. Okay, hold on a second. I had it. His name is Zach. I want to say it's Alexander or something like that. Hold on a second. I got this. I got this in info right now. Yeah, Zach Alexander. I was right. That was from Zach Alexander, who is a respected Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, another thing with the Patreon is you get the stems for the theme songs I make. Then you can
And
make
the name,
remix.
they make a remix, and the name of that remix was called the Browncast.
All right.
Thank you to Zach Alexander for that one. And now, on with the show.
Now we're going to continue.
Now we're continue. And now let's take that pin out of you playing sports lately, because I think you had a little something to get off your.
There's nothing to really get off my chest. I just been playing volleyball with this whole new group of fun, creative kids.
So really, you've been hanging out with new friends?
Yeah.
Is
They
that
are,
right?
it was like a friend of a friend was like, "Do you want to play volleyball tonight?" And I was like, "Sure." And then all these people I didn't know. And then once I get the cool thing about LA is like a lot of people you meet, they're all doing, a lot of people are doing stuff, they're creative people. And I met this gal called Jillian, and she does music called Ian Sweet. I saw her band last night at Zebulon, and she's going to be on the Poundcast next week. She makes really cool music.
Not the episode for next week, but we're gonna have her on the show next week, but
Right.
It'll be an episode a couple weeks from now. Yeah.
Right. If you're a listener, she'll be coming up soon. But yeah, then I've been playing at the beach. And that's what I like to do.
Hey,
And when
you're
I'm
having a
sitting
ball.
here, now it's hard to do my own I am struggling to make my own content, my own creativity, besides the Poundcast and Office Hours, which is the other show I do, but because I want to be outside. I mean, look at that.
It's
That's what I
hot.
want to be. I've been skating, volleyball. I've been played squash for the first time last week.
Oh yeah, which fruits?
What is that?
I don't know. It's just I said which fruit, as if it's a game where you squash fruits or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
Oh, but also we refer to pumpkins and things.
It could have been bugs.
Right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. That would have been better. But yeah, which ones? Which bugs?
Roaches, centipedes.
Uh-huh. Oh, good. What else can you squash?
What have you been doing? You can squash just about anything if you press hard enough.
Me, I've been hanging out with family. My family has been visiting, and it's been a long time. My brothers came into town, and they haven't been in Los Angeles in over, a year and a half or whenever. They weren't, I guess, just December of 2019 was the last
Can't wait to see those boys.
Yeah, and you'll be seeing them next week.
I know.
Sort
can't
of.
wait.
Not, you won't see them in person, unfortunately, but that was going to happen.
Yes.
But
Well, maybe I will at that show we're doing, which will be by the time
Wait.
this comes out, I'll be over with.
That's right. That's true. So you will see them. But they're in town, and it's been a year and a half since they've been here. And then my sister's in town, and with her husband, and yeah, there's a lot of family get-together stuff going on right now. It's been a while. We haven't had that in a while.
Pretty good.
My sister has a baby, and so
Is this the first time you've announced it on the Poundcast?
Maybe so. But I did meet the baby briefly. I had to go up to the Northern California briefly.
And what's this kid called?
Well, I don't know if I should say that kind of stuff, right?
Name?
Well, his name is Ethan. I guess that's fine to say.
Oh, well, there you go. It's a girl. That's cute. That's a cute baby name. So you're an uncle, Uncle Brent. Here we go. Welcome,
Brent.
I'm an uncle. Welcome to the uncle.
to the
hood.
uncle realm of uncle.
Welcome to the
Well,
unclehood.
the unclehood, yeah, the unclehood. I wasn't really feeling uncle-y for a while until this week. I've been spending a lot of time with the baby, and that feels more uncle-y. I've been getting closer to the baby and holding the baby and changing the baby and
Oh,
feeding
you
the
changed
baby
the
and
baby?
change the baby.
You
Uh,
you're not supposed to be doing that.
I changed the baby to someone else, a different
You
baby, a
changed
better
it from
baby. No, I'm just
Ethan
kidding.
to some other baby.
Yeah, Ethan to
Now his name is
Ethong.
Trevor.
Now his name is Ethong.
Ethan. Did you really change the diaper?
Yeah, but I changed my brother's diaper. My brothers are a lot younger than me, so I changed their diaper. I mean, it's old hat for me. It's old diaper for me.
That's weird. I've never changed a diaper.
You never changed a diaper before?
No, sir. Just my own.
I changed my brother's diapers a lot when they were babies, and then and that was the last time I did change diapers, and
So
so it
like
has
when
been.
you met this new baby, you're talking to your sister and you're like, can I get in there? Like, I want to change this diaper.
I was happy to do that. I mean, the baby
Really, with the
needed to
poo
be
poo?
yeah, actually, the first diaper I changed of this new baby was a loaded diaper. Yeah.
And then you wipe it off, or
I mean,
what?
his poo doesn't really smell because he's only 2 months old, so it's it doesn't
It's
his
gotta smell
poo's
like
not that
it
bad.
can't smell great.
It doesn't smell really at all, actually. I didn't really smell anything. It was because he's only feeding on milk at this point. So once you start to introduce some other foods in there, then it's going to start to smell probably.
Oh, so right now it just smells like milk chocolate.
It's pure milk chocolate.
That would be a good
the
product for like just something that makes your poo smells good.
I've thought about this many times. We talked about this. Didn't we talk about this before?
We must have. We've covered every angle on poo there could be at this point.
I mean,
But
there's
I think
always new.
we could crack a new thing. There's so many.
I'm
It's
sure
infinite.
we can find new heights. We can
There's a
bring
new.
food to
Hey,
new
we got to get
heights.
to a new height.
But let's talk about this uncle thing for a little bit though more. Do you? For me, I'll say this about being. I don't. People say, "Oh, congratulations on becoming an uncle" or whatever, but I don't feel that there's no real difference. I mean, I don't really feel that. I mean, I will say this week I am spending time with the baby, and that is a thing. But if my sister lived in the same city as me, I would be around the baby a lot more and I would feel a lot more like there's a difference in my life or there's a difference in my status. But because she doesn't, there isn't a it's not a big lifestyle change for me. I mean, there's nothing, it doesn't really feel any different to me. And I can't really have a long distance relationship with the baby at this point until he's at an age where I can have even the most basic of intellectual conversations with him. What I mean by that is once he can start talking, I can start to have a long distance relationship with him. But
maybe there's a way that there's a robot that you can like VR diaper change and like control the diaper from your home.
I'm actually surprised you've never changed a diaper before. How many nieces and nephews do you have?
That's not something that they would ask me to do.
Why not?
I have two sisters. They both have two kids, a boy and a girl each. And yeah, I kind of know what you're saying. They both of them live, one of them's in a different country and the other one is in Colorado. So I would like to be more of an uncle to these kids. And they like me, but like, yeah, the oldest one, he's like 17 now. He's like, whatever, Uncle Doug.
Is he really acting like that?
He's kind of like, he's at that age where he's sort of like, I don't want to say rebellious, but he's sort of like going more introverted and he's not quite as, he's like way taller than me. He's, you know what I mean? He doesn't give it. He doesn't care, but he's very nice. But he doesn't like,
if he's
not like
17,
looking up. I don't feel like he's like looking up to me too much or anything.
But see, that's the thing. I would feel like a teenager that age would be definitely into comedy and the stuff you've worked on in the past, Adult Swim type stuff. Those kids that age love that kind of stuff, Has he not dug into your stuff yet?
He has not, but he does like he's on his phone a lot. He's showing me. He's always doing this, putting his phone in my face and being like, look at this, look at this. And a lot of it is sometimes it's stuff. One time he was showing me Churdleys.
Oh yeah.
He likes Churdleys. And I was like, I know those guys.
And did he say no
Then he
way?
was kind of impressed with that. So we'll have to get Churdleys on,
Well,
just for the sake of my nephew.
right. I met some younger kids. Well, anyway, whatever. Anyway, yeah. We should have. Wait, can we have your nephew on?
Sure.
That would be fun.
That would be cool. Maybe and my niece, his sister.
How old is she?
She's about, I think she's 14.
I love it. I love talking to teenagers. It's so funny. Actually, my favorite age is 12-year-old. That's I like talking to junior high level kids. They're the funniest. They have the funniest stuff to say.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to when the baby becomes older and becomes someone I can talk to and make jokes. They can understand some jokes and stuff. Right now, he's at a phase where, I mean, you can see a smile, but I don't know where that smile is coming from. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's just making faces and, you know what I mean? You can't.
He's just testing out his muscles in his face. He's like,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a smile accidentally happens, but it's not
Right.
for joy or something.
I mean, my sister says apparently he is doing social smiles, but I don't really totally buy it because
Social smiles.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
That's a good band name right there.
Social smiles. No, but apparently, I mean, you can't really, it doesn't seem as though you can try to make him smile right now. I've been doing all the funniest faces I can think of from and he's not, that's not getting the smile. The smile just happens.
I think what you need to do is don't hit him with those faces right away, because maybe those won't be funny to him because he's just seeing a face for the first time. So you got to hit him with plain faces for like a year. Hello, nephew. Hello. And then once he gets used to what a normal face looks like after a year, then just be like,
What's funny is
classics. And then he'll be like, now that's something different. That's hilarious.
Speaking of faces, I was doing something on the computer before we started, and you were doing an impression of my face. Could you do that real quick?
I actually I have a screen grab of it.
No, don't.
You were sort of like,
I can't imagine doing that face. So, but basically the way Doug looks right now for the listeners is
you were doing that,
almost doing a duck face, duck lips almost, and he's kind of puckering his lips, and he's sort of making his eyebrows go kind of crunch together in a way, but he's also kind of doing it in a way where looks concerned in a way.
I might be able to share the image.
Okay, fine, Doug. I'll let you share it.
Let me open with preview.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
for the listeners, we'll move past this because I know this is a visual thing, so we'll get past this really soon here.
Okay. Well, I'll just take a look here. Share screen. We're gonna do that one. What do you think?
Okay, you're right. I am making a bit of a weird face there, actually. I guess I am making a bit of a weird face.
Anyway,
I'm kind of looking like this.
No, you're like, well, we just looked.
You're doing this.
Well, I was trying to. You have those big DSLs, and I was trying to.
I have big what? I have big what? What are they called?
It's a gross term that I don't actually use, but DSLs.
Oh, dick sucking lips.
Yeah. It's kind of like something like a bro would say, or like a frat guy or something. They would be like, you know what I mean? They would say somebody would have somebody.
I like it. I like the expression. Oh, you got very nice DSLs.
Oh yeah, beautiful DSLs.
But a really nice guy said that, Oh hey man, or oh hey buddy, hey, can I say that you have very nice DSLs?
I thought of something hardcore nasty.
Oh really?
Yeah, to flip the script on that.
Yeah, flip it.
This isn't even after dark, but what if because like that's something guys would say about a woman, but what if a woman had a term?
I
What if
beg
they
to
had like
differ.
what if they looked at a man and they said he has a nice looking CLT?
I'm so sorry. Can you just pause the recording real quick?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
And we're back.
Okay. And
Okay, so what this was?
in 5. Okay, fine. Actually, do this to maybe
Just leave this in. Who cares?
Okay, leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in.
You know, people like a little of the behind the scenes action.
Okay. If people care to know, I had the phone repairman was supposed to come tomorrow, and then he came today instead while this is happening, and so
It's gonna happen. You know, these
now I'm letting everybody
imagine
know.
a phone repairman coming at the time they say they can come.
Well,
Never
he
happened.
came an entire 24 hours earlier than scheduled.
Okay, see what I say? Okay, so there's some women they're looking at checking out some dude. Maybe he's eating ice cream and they're like, oh, he has a nice looking CLT.
CLT. Oh, coochie looking teeth or tongue, of course.
Clitoris
Coochie
licking tongue.
You can't lick with teeth, but what if you
Clitoris
could?
looking clit licking tongue.
What is it?
CLT.
Clitoris.
Yes, sir.
But there's
Now,
probably
see,
another.
this is humor that I wouldn't use in my personal life. DSL, CLT. I'm just saying, perhaps someone might say such a thing, right, Brent?
Well, I do feel. Don't you feel that the acronym has to be something that sounds like another acronym? 'Cause DSL sounds like, I mean, I don't know what DSL stands for, but DSL stands. So you want to kind of come up with an acronym that could mean something else. You know what I mean, right?
Oh, like because DSL is like a DSL style internet.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe CRT, you know what a CRT is? It's the cathode ray tube television, right? Maybe it could be a CRT. So maybe the R can mean something.
Clit rubbing tongue.
There it is. There it is.
There we go. That's how we do it.
There it is. Oh, he's got a nice CRT.
Yeah.
By the way,
come up with other stuff for.
By the way, you said DSL. Guys can say that about each other too. It doesn't need to be exclusive. You said some guys would say that about a girl. Oh, she's got some nice DSLs. I thought of it when you first said it. I thought of it in the context of men.
Good point.
Do you think I have nice DSLs? Or?
You do, yeah. Yeah, nice set of DSLs, Brent.
Well, I got fillers recently, and I just someone make sure they look good. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I have these. I got I'd rather have nice big old lips like you instead of these like thin German lips or whatever I have.
These thin mints you got.
But you know what?
Wait,
I could
make them look a little bigger. Hey, Doug, looking good. You go like this. Just stick your tongue out a little bit in front of your teeth, like this. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry to the listeners right now. But this is pretty funny. Okay.
All right, we got to get out of there.
Let's get out of there.
Let's get out of there. We've
get out of
covered
there.
that. I mean, we can do more acronyms if you like.
Yeah. How about a B? Oh, he's got a nice BS. BSN is not. I need BSN to sound like something. What does BSN stand for? If I said BSN, oh, he's got a. Oh wow, he's got a nice BSN.
What's the BSN?
Butt sniffing nose.
Butt sniffing nose.
Yeah. But I want it to sound like the acronym to sound like it could be something else, Oh, I know. Maybe BTS, behind the scenes. So maybe we can do something with that. But what would S stand for?
Butt tasting.
Ooh, butt tasting. What starts with an S that we have?
Well, this is this is going to cause a lot of dead air because now we're going to be thinking.
You're right. You're right. Moving on. Let's get out of there. Anyway, okay. So where were we? We were talking.
We could switch gears, and there was somebody said they really liked our episode when we were coming up with aggressive ads. And I thought maybe we can do some more. Were a lot of those in the After Dark section?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think that was definitely part of the main episode.
Okay. I think we should do some more,
Yeah.
And I can go to the Discord and see if there's any
questions and comments there
down there. I don't know. They seem to be just talking about different underwear. Remember when we were looking at those underwears and stuff, and
oh man, I mean, there's just so many great underwear pieces that people have made these days, manufactured these days, that really highlight every little crevice of your crotch, basically.
Yeah. And I think, every piece of clothing, everything we thought we knew about
underwear,
everything in the world could be upgraded by Brent and myself, such as the drive-in movie theater, as we just,
or the drive-through movie theater.
Yeah. So, okay, aggressive ads. That's an episode for those who didn't listen. I highly recommend going back and listening to that one. But we were just coming up with different commercial ideas for different products. They're more honest, they're more hardcore, and they're really attention grabbers,
Right.
So I thought of maybe Bounty. Did we do Bounty towels?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so this is a guy.
Oh man, I already can tell.
He's a young man. Okay, he's a young man. He's jacking it, right? He's jacking. He just finished jacking it, right? This is the commercial.
I have an idea too. Go ahead.
And he's looking around, and there's socks laying around. They're all crusted over, and they're nasty. They're like stiff. He picks up a sock. It's like, as stiff as a board. It's brown.
It's fully It's fully extended, the sock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's all different types of socks. There's one that he can't even lift off the floor. And then, okay, so then he's looking, and he doesn't know what to do. And all of a sudden, his roommate opens the door. He's like, "Bro, just use Bounty towels. These absorb even better than a sock." And he's like, "No, wipe up. The game's on." And like behind him, you see there's like a bunch of dudes, and they're like watching the game. They're like, "Come on, man."
And they're all masturbating too.
No, they're just waiting for him to come join them at the game. So he's like, "Thanks, bro." And then it shows him kind of taking a towel, and then it like cuts to like the final end shot. And he joins them at the couch, at the sofa, watching the game. And it's like, Bounty, so you can do the things you want to do or something.
Well, isn't Bounty the bigger picker upper?
The quicker picker upper.
The quicker or something like that?
Yeah.
What would be kind of funny though is if the game was not a game on TV, but it's some game they're playing and they all have their penises out. Hey, come on, man, the game's on. He's like, okay. And then they go out there and they all have their penises out with Bounty towels. They're all using Bounty towels.
No, then he goes and sits down, and he's watching football, right? And it shows the quarterback's reaching between the guy's crotch. And he goes to his buddy, he's like, "Let me grab those bounties again. I gotta go do."
I got it.
It's like the sports is what makes him wanting to masturbate.
Right. I think I'm gonna need another towel. But here's how about this? This is for Bounty. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So these it shows two guys, and they're gonna go on a plane, and it's a red eye. Okay. Red eye flight. Okay. And they both wrap their penises up with paper towels because they're afraid they're gonna have a wet dream on the plane, and they don't want to, it's gonna be a mess if they're on the plane. And during the red eye. And one of them uses Bounty, the other one uses a generic brand or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see where this is going. They both have wet dreams on the plane, and it shows a side by side kind of picture of what
They
their
should be
pants-
dozing off to like a Jennifer Aniston like rom com. You know,
Right, right. It's like,
yeah.
and
Maybe it's
Or-
on.
or-
Sorry, but maybe it's on the. It's on the. It's one of those planes where there's only one movie for the whole flight, so
Right,
they're definitely
right,
both
right.
watching the same thing.
or it's maybe they're looking at the stewardess. Or the stewardess walks by, and she's wearing, she's.
Well, now you're
looking-
getting that's a little problematic, maybe, but
well, whatever.
yeah, you know what? This is hardcore. This is
It's hardcore. So
yeah.
the stewardess is looking really, she's really shapely, and she's, wearing
Or the steward.
or the steward too. Actually, you know what? Better yet,
Better yet, the steward.
these guys are looking at the steward.
Maybe the pilot.
he's-
Pilot comes back and he's looking all manly and like.
Well, maybe his
commanding.
wait, imagine this. His whole captain outfit, or his whole outfit is really tight on him. It looks like, remember on Amazon when we looked at that guy who had the tight, he had the garter thing on, remember the
Uh-huh.
garter thing? The pilot has this garter thing on where his shirt, it's one of those shirts that wraps all the way around, and so it's really tight on his body, hardcore. In fact, he looks like a stripper basically, but he's got a pilot outfit on. And his pants are super tight. And he's walking by and he just said, "Hey, this is your captain. I just wanted to check in personally and see how you guys are doing." And he goes on his way.
And
So
then the
then
two
the
guys
guys-
look at each other and be like, "I'm gonna need my bounty for this." And the guy's like,
Well,
use
that
that
one
for-
guy, the other guy uses generic brand. Then it shows a time lapse or whatever, and it shows them side by side.
Maybe it just shows the shot of the plane landing.
Hold on one second.
You
I'm
got to
sorry.
pause again.
Just no, just hold on a second. Let me just.
We
You guys,
are-
all right, yeah.
Okay. we're back.
So he goes, it shows the two men's crotches side by side. You know how when paper
It's like
towels
the
will
leading
show you-
brand and then bounty, right? Yeah.
and it shows them, it shows how absorbent they are with either potato chips or with
Right.
picking up liquid on a table.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, it shows the pants. It doesn't even show the paper towels. It's just showing their pants,
Uh-huh.
and it just shows one guy's completely wet, just a stain, and the other one's completely dry, and that's the bounty one. So
Or maybe the guy with the wet pants was like, "Oh, you didn't have any good dreams." And he's like, "I sure did, but I'm glad I used bounty," or whatever.
he's
yeah.
like, "No, I sure did, but I use bounty."
"Yeah, I sure did. One of the biggest, but I used bounty."
But it'd be kind of funny is if it showed the two crotches side by side. One of them was just fully drenched, right? But the other one was just a little bit wet. And that little bit wet one is bounty,
Just a little bit.
It's just a little bit wet, And the guy said, "Oh, pretty small load, huh?" No,
No, one of the biggest.
pretty much my biggest.
He's like, "Pretty much my biggest. I'm having a heavy flow day, actually."
I'm having a heavy flow day. He goes, quite the contrary. This is probably my heaviest flow. It's heaviest flow.
Okay, well, bounty. If you're listening, we got two great ads for you. Two great ad ideas. We got.
Man, first of all, we should do that. That's another sketch we should shoot.
We should just start. We should take these and just make little real commercials out of them.
It's a paper towel commercial, but it's for, we're using the context of these guys' wet dreams or on the plane or whatever. Okay, I have a
Well,
new-
this listener, he has some ideas, but I don't know if nothing's really coming up with these products. But Foot Locker, Bed Bath and Beyond, Hershey. I like companies that like suck. ExxonMobil.
So you want to do ads for bad companies?
Well, that's what we were doing the first time. It was like Coca-Cola. It was like the guy's teeth were all rotted out. And he's like, "Worth every tooth." Remember that one?
That was hilarious.
And then the McDonald's one. I mean, we could go back, but I'll give you the cliff notes. It was like they're clear cutting in a rainforest to like raise cattle for their beef, and it's like
Worth every
it
tree.
was just like the burgers are that good or something.
What if it shows a tree eating the burger? You know, he said the tree is eating the
the
burger.
tree's like
It's a sort of
right.
anthropomorphic tree, you know, and he's eating the burger and he's thinking, I approve.
It's like, you know what? Cut me down. Cut my ass down. This is too good.
That's what it says on the ad. Cut my ass down.
Cut
you know
my
what?
ass down.
Cut my ass down. Cut my ass down. You know, it reminds me of this is a good company we could come up with stuff for, but you know, I think it was Chick-fil-A. Doesn't it show these cows that are kind of saying they're kind of wanting you to eat the chicken and stuff?
They say
or something like that.
They say eat more chicken. Yeah.
It's kind of messed up. It's kind of weird, you know? Well, maybe it could be something where the chickens are saying something about the cows, you know, or something like, I don't know. Or the chicken, maybe they don't even use cows doing it. The chickens are saying, eat me. Eat me with those CRTs and DSLs.
Chicken eating teeth.
Right.
CCT, chicken chomping teeth. There's a cow. Okay, there's a couple cows, right? They're in a pasture, and they're looking at some humans, and they're like, "Huh, that guy's got a nice set of CCTs, chicken chomping teeth."
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Here's
they're sort of like checking out the guys, but only because they're looking like they're gonna eat chicken.
Did you say a bro kind of guy is the one who says DSLs usually?
Yeah, you know, the kind of guy you've probably had friends like this where they're sort of like they're always just sort of talking like, "Ooh, check her out." You know what I mean?
I
They're
think
like,
most
"Oh,
guys
look at her." They can't get over it. They're like, "I can't believe how the butt on that one or whatever."
I think most guys do that. I think.
I don't. I mean,
no,
there's like a level of like where it's just
Yeah.
like, all right, chill out. Like you're
Sure.
like
I'm
I've
just
seen
saying,
I have eyes. I saw what I saw over there. Like,
right. If you see something, you think, oh, okay.
I keep it to myself.
Right. You just say it in your head. Ooh, DSLs.
I think about it later, and then I get my Bounty towels out for my wet dream.
You know, does Bounty have will have that lumberjack on the front, or is that Braun? Probably Braun. What's the one that has the lumberjack? Braun, right?
I think that's Braun towels, right?
Yeah. What if the lumberjacks were having wet dreams? You know,
Brawny, isn't it Brawny?
Oh, Brawny. That's right, Brawny. Yeah.
Brawny, maybe that guy.
I just thought of a new idea.
And he's wearing a red flannel shirt.
Yeah, he's wearing a flannel. So, what if Brawny?
How about he's like, what are you gonna wipe up with your flannel shirt? Use a Brawny.
Well, here's a new idea. What about new sperm guards by Brawny? Okay, so they're special underwear that you wear. They're plaid. They have a plaid pattern on them, and they are designed to absorb. They're almost basically like diapers, I guess, but for cum. Okay, only, you know. And they're diapers for cum. What if they? Okay, I'm actually just coming up with new ideas here. Okay, Brawny doesn't even need to be involved. What if they just made diapers for semen?
Yeah, for wet.
Kind of like maxi pad for men, basically.
By the way, I have a friend who recently, I think I think you had a similar story with maybe your brother or something, but he fell asleep at his dad's house and he had a wet dream.
Yeah.
And he was like running late for the airport and he had to tell his dad to like, "Hey, that blanket I used, put it straight into the laundry."
Oh, really?
I got to find out more if he stopped. Maybe he quit masturbating. So every once in a while I have a wet dream or something. I don't know.
Hey, it happens to the best of us. even if you, I mean, you never had a wet dream. When's the last time you had one?
I will not say, but I've had them.
You will not say. There's nothing wrong with it,
will
Doug.
not
It's
say.
natural.
I will
It's
not say.
Doug, it's natural.
I'll
It's
talk
all-
about it after dark.
Okay.
I'll get right into it.
I'm very interested.
What
I'm
about
interested. What?
What about I'm sorry, I was just looking up companies that we could make ads
Well,
for.
look, I'm thinking we start our own company and start diapers for men. I mean, what I mean by that is diapers for seamen is what I meant.
Yeah. Well, I was also looking up, I was trying to come up with a good word for that because you have Depends, which is like adult diapers.
Yeah.
What will our
Seamen's.
Siemens?
Seamen's.
That's a good company. Oh, it's kind of like it'll be like Kleenex or Depends. It's like there's adult diapers of all and tissues of all brands, but people know it as Siemens.
Right. I mean,
but I like it. I like Depends because it's kind of like it doesn't really. It's like a benign kind of word, It's like
right.
Like
Right. It's weird. It's a weird word, depends, because, well, it sounds like the word. I mean, it is the word depend. Well, and depends is a word. Oh, he depends on these adult diapers to, catch his semen or whatever.
What if they're called sometimes? Or like, it's just a word for like you never know, or they could just be called sometimes.
Sometimes.
Nighttime.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Can you just pause that for a second?
Another one. And we're back. But Brent, during our little break, I thought of an idea for the name of our product, our wet dream diapers.
Yeah.
Called Night Riders. Night Riders men's diapers. Night Riders men's wet dream pads.
They should. I honestly, really, genuinely think that they should make that. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, we can do a few ads for it where it's like, there's a husband and wife, and the man is trying to, be like, honey, what do you think, or something? You look beautiful tonight. And she's like, not tonight, babe. I have to get up early. And he's like, all right, let me get on my Night Riders.
Wait, what?
It's like
a
married couple. Maybe they've been together for a while, and he's
I get it. The wife wasn't interested. I thought you
the
said
wife isn't interested. He's trying to
yeah.
get some action.
Right.
And
got it.
he's like, it's okay, hon. I'll just wear my Night Riders. It's like he's fine with it.
I like that more. He says, I got to get up early tomorrow. No, not a problem. I'll just wear my Night Riders.
There's another one where it's like a mom and she's
Night Riders. That's so funny, actually. Night Riders.
Oh, then they're waking up, and then she's like, "How was your dream?" And he's like, or whatever. He's like, it was great. And she's like, and I get to work on time, and it's like everyone's happy or something. She's got her keys,
Right.
and she's like, I'm off to work. I'll be making it. Looks like I'll be a bit early. She's like, did you have a good dream? He's like, it was great. Thanks. But there could be another version where like there's a kid, a mom is like cleaning her teenage son's like bed, and it's just like, don't you hate it? Don't you hate washing these sheets? She's like, again. She holds it up, and it's like this big wet stain.
Yeah.
And then she's like, Billy, why don't you wear? I got you something so I don't have to clean your sheets every night. Transformer. It's
called Night Riders Kids.
Yeah, they're kind of like, did you ever remember those underwears? I don't know if I had them, but when I was growing up, they were popular. They had like Spider-Man on them.
I have a bit about this that I've been doing.
Well, these could be Night Riders, but they have Transformers, Spider-Man, or.
You want to hear my bit?
Yeah.
So, I wear briefs, right? And
Right.
I've always worn briefs even when I was a little boy, but the difference between when I was a little boy and now is that I my briefs when I was a little boy, I had Transformers imagery on them. I even had a pair of Spider-Man briefs. But I don't wear briefs like that now because I'm an adult and I wear briefs for adults that have Better Call Saul imagery on them. I also, I also have a pair of Bosch briefs. You know, Bosch briefs.
What were those called?
They're just, it was any brand had that. It was just underwear for kids. They had, Fruit of the Loom. I mean, I've always worn
No,
Fruit
there
of
was
the
a
Loom.
name for those underwear. When I was a kid, they had like a catchy name.
Oh, really? I just thought they was just underwear.
Underoos.
Underoos.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. Underoos is a brand of underwear primarily for children, produced by the Fruit of the Loom company. Oh yeah, that's what they were called.
I've always
Underoos.
worn Fruit of the Loom. So they didn't have that for Hanes or Jockey?
I'm sure they all had their version of it, but
I bet
Underoos
you,
was the brand. Maybe they're the ones that first
well, I
figured that
bet you
out.
that Jockey is the one who makes Knight Riders. You know what I mean? It would make sense that Jockey would make Knight Riders. Yeah.
Right.
Knight Riders. It's just funny because why why are they called that actually? I mean, I understand the night part, but where does the rider part come in? I mean, I
It's
like it.
because you're writing someone in your dream, you're
Right.
kind of
Okay. I
like
like it. I love it. I love it. Night Riders. That's hilarious. But that
for
would,
Haynes
that re-
Haynes
but
dream
seriously,
bangers.
when you have to sleep on a plane or something like that, or you have to sleep somewhere where you don't want to have a wet dream. I mean, you pretty much never want to have a wet dream. I think, um, but I think this whole like diapers for semen is a really good idea because you know how it'd be, Doug. They wouldn't be designed just like a regular diaper. They would be designed so that you're not getting semen all over your crotch also at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right. It'll be some kind of
Is there a
condom like
way?
tube or something.
Yeah, is there a way that it very neatly goes somewhere and it doesn't get all over the place? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, it'll be like a wrap.
A wrap? Well, that's what we do. Well, that's what people do with the towels, the paper towels on the plane. Wrap up. Look, I'm not ashamed to say I've wrapped up before on a plane. Okay. One time I did a weird wrap up though. Actually, generally I'll use napkins and paper towels to wrap up on a
Huh?
plane, but one time, because I was kind of experimenting with different things, I think I tried to use a plastic bag to wrap up on the plane. That was not a good idea.
It will. Sorry, back up. I was reading questions from the Discord here. We should maybe wrap up the episode and go after dark.
Speaking of wrapping up,
Yeah. A lot of good stuff in there. I think, I hope the pimples liked this episode, and we're going to keep going after dark. So if you're not a Patreon subscriber, you can't keep listening. I'm going to talk about my most recent wet dream.
yeah,
Brent wants to know all about it.
I do. I want to know all about it. And also, I just want to say to the listeners, if you are thinking about wrapping up on a plane or something like that, yeah, don't use a plastic bag. It's not good. It creates a humid environment, and that's not good.
Who
for
would think
donor.
did you try a plastic bag?
That's what I was trying to say when you weren't listening. But yes,
Oh my
I
God,
did do that
man.
once. This was early on.
Right.
We're talking, maybe 20 years ago. I was going on a plane and I was experimenting with different ways, and I tried a plastic bag, and that wasn't good. I didn't even fall asleep that night, actually.
Well, there's another simple option to make sure you don't have a wet dream.
But say you don't want to use that option.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But let me say this too. That option doesn't always work, by the way.
So you're saying even if you jack off, you release your built up semen, you could
I'm
still have a
saying
wet dream?
I'm saying
That's if you're like if you're like a teenager and you're ragingly going through puberty or something.
Well, sometimes I'm just saying that I'm just saying that in general, sometimes that can encourage a wet dream.
Oh, so it's on the mind?
Mm-hmm. And you know what else? I'll save this for after dark. Let's wrap it up. I'll give you a little peek. I'll just say this. Me, myself, I've had 2 wet dreams in one night before, in one sleep.
Okay, we got to get into that. We're going to get right into that after dark. We would like to thank our Poundcast team, Chloe Bonilla, Jack Birch, El Bircho, and Jackie Montana. They help us put these episodes on YouTube. They're on YouTube, youtube.com/the Poundcast. And they help us with our social media, and we thank them so deeply.
There's an Instagram account, the Poundcast. There's a Twitter account, the Poundcast, and Jack's stuff is L.Bircho on Instagram.
That's
and
right.
El Bircho on YouTube. And
yeah, so we'll see you next week on the Poundcast, or we'll see you
in our dreams.
In our dreams.
All right.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about today? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug